Today we're exploring one of the most unique spots on the island of Madeira, the famous natural lava pools of Porto Moniz. If you've ever seen the photos of Madeira, chances are you've seen these pools. They're dramatic, volcanic, and right on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. Getting here alone is part of the adventure. The drive along Madeira's north coast is absolutely incredible. Cliffs, winding roads, waterfalls spilling down the mountains, and the ocean constantly beside you. Every few minutes we found ourselves wanting to pull over because views just kept getting better. Eventually, the road opens up and you arrive in Porto Moniz, this small coastal town tucked between steep green cliffs and the wild Atlantic. And right away, you can see what makes this place so special: the Porto Moniz natural swimming pools. These pools were formed by volcanic lava flows thousands of years ago. When the lava cooled, it created these natural rock formations that trap seawater. The ocean waves crash against the rocks, and fresh Atlantic water constantly flows to the pools. It's basically nature's infinity pool, but way more dramatic. Walking up to the pools, the first thing you notice is the color of the water. It's this deep, crystal clear turquoise, and you can see straight down through the volcanic rock. The contrast between the black lava stone, the blue ocean, and the bright green cliffs around the town, it's just incredible. Now, we thought about swimming, but when we got there, the Atlantic breeze was pretty strong and the weather looked, let's just say, refreshingly cold. So we decided to stay dry this time. Plenty of people were braver than us though. There were swimmers climbing down ladders into pools, floating around, and even sitting where the waves splash over the rocks. Every once in a while, a bigger wave would roll in, and you'd hear people cheering or laughing as the water splashed over the edges. It honestly looked like such a fun experience, just maybe not on a chilly day like today. Even if you're not swimming though, this place is absolutely worth visiting. You can walk around the lava formations and watch the ocean crash against them. The power of the Atlantic here is incredible. The waves slam into the volcanic rock and send spray shooting into the air. The sound is constant. You hear the rumble of the waves, the water rushing through the pools, and the wind coming off the ocean. We're having our lunch with the view. We got our meal. I got the roasted chicken, and Dante got the scabbard fish with banana. I know he's not going to eat that banana, but I will. They came out with rice, potatoes, fried potatoes, other thing of seafood rice. I think we did a good job. There are also little viewpoints everywhere, so if you're into photography, this place is a dream. The jagged lava shapes, the pools reflecting the sky, and the bright blue ocean stretching all the way to the horizon. It's one of the places where every angle looks like a postcard. A quick tip if you're planning to visit. Bring water shoes if you plan to swim. The lava rock is beautiful, but it can be pretty rough on your feet. Also, mornings tend to be a bit quieter before the tour buses arrive. Another thing that's really nice about Porto Moniz is the town itself is super relaxed. There are a few restaurants and cafes right along the water where you can sit and watch the waves while grabbing lunch or a drink. Honestly, even just sitting here and taking in the view feels like an experience. Something I love about Madeira is how different every part of the island feels. One moment you're hiking through misty mountains, the next you're standing on volcanic rock looking out over the Atlantic. Porto Moniz really shows off that raw volcanic side of the island. So while we didn't jump in the water today, it was such a cool place to explore. Watching the waves roll into the lava pools, seeing the people swimming in these natural formations, and just experiencing this dramatic coastline made the stop completely worth it. If you're planning a trip to Madeira, I would definitely put Porto Moniz on your list. Whether you're brave enough to swim, or like us, just enjoy the view from the dry land. We were just walking around down there, and we came up the mountain. Our next stop was Arcadas de Cruz. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. We arrived, the first thing you notice is just how dramatic it is. These huge cliffs dropping straight down into the ocean, waves crashing below. It feels really raw and untouched. There's a cable car here that takes you all the way down to the farmland at the bottom, which we were really excited to do, but of course, travel keeps things interesting, and it was closed for maintenance the day we visited. At first, we were a little disappointed, but honestly, once we stood there for a bit, it didn't even matter. The views from the top are just that good. It's one of those places where you kind of forget about the plan, and you just enjoy where you are. So instead of heading down, we took a little break and grabbed a snack. We split a pasta de nata and an apple tart. My husband got a beer, and I stuck with my go-to here, a Pratas Limona. And we just sat there taking it all in. We ended our day in Seychelles, where our Airbnb is. And I have to say, it is my favorite place in the island. It's got a more quiet, local scene to it. Our first stop was the lava pools, right when you arrive. Not the main ones in town, but the ones a little before that. They feel a little bit more rugged and natural, and the setting is incredible. You've got these black volcanic rock, these bright green cliffs behind you, and the ocean crashing in. It looked amazing, but it was definitely too cold for us to even think about getting in. There were a few people in the water, which honestly impressed us, but we were perfectly happy, just taking it all in from the edge. This is the outside of our Airbnb. It's fantastic. Spending time walking around Seychelles ended up being one of our favorite parts of the day. We wandered through streets taking pictures of the houses. So many of them have the traditional look, and every corner feels a little different. It's one of those places where you don't really need a plan. You just walk around and see what you find. Dante's having another poncha. This time it's passion fruit. And that sucker's strong. Watch, he'll make a face. He's trying not to eat what he did. We passed by some farmland, which is always so interesting to see here in Madeira. Everything is built into the landscape, with small plots carved into the hills, and it really shows how people have adapted to living here. Everywhere you look, there are views. Between the mountains, the ocean, and all the greenery, it almost feels unreal at times. This is not a place with one big attraction. It's more about the feeling of it, slowing down, taking it all in, and just enjoying where you are. Ending our day here felt perfect. It was calm, scenic, and really nice way to wind down after everything we had done. So if you're coming to Seychelles, definitely check out the pools, but don't stop there. Take some time to walk around, explore a little, and just soak in the atmosphere. Go to the beach. The black sand is amazing. Check out a sunset or a sunrise. It's amazing.